guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2025 BMW X7 M60i.
And a big thanks to Furman BMW in Palm Harbor, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium or performance car or SUV in the Palm Harbor or Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the X7 has been BMW's full-size three-row SUV since 2019. Facelifted a couple years back, and for 2025, BMW's hands-free driving technology is improved, now allowing speeds up to 85 miles per hour. We also get a new iActivate lane change assist technology and 3 trims available for this 2025 X7, ranging from the $83,000 xDrive 40i featuring BMW's B58 inline 6-cylinder twin-scroll turbo, which cranks out 375 horsepower, 398 pound-feet of torque, enough to get the X7, which weighs in at almost 5,000 pounds, well over 5,000 pounds for the V8 models, to 60 in a high 4-second range, which is no joke considering this vehicle's curb weight, all the way up to the $152,000 Alpina XB7, which features a high-output variant of BMW's 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, and the Alpina cranking out 631 horsepower, 591 pound-feet of torque, enough for a mid 3-second 0 to 60 time. The M60i still gets the 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, just not in as high of an output as in the Alpina, cranking out 523 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque, still enough to get the X7 to 60 in the high 3-second range. An absolute monster performer with a base price around $111,000. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So, bold and aggressive front styling with the black metallic paint color. It doesn't contrast the black accents very well. I would kind of prefer a brighter color here on the X7, but if that's my only complaint here, definitely not a big deal. I know a lot of people actually prefer the black metallic for the full murdered outlook on the BMW cars. We get full LED up top for the daytime running light, dual projector LEDs for the headlamps, and we get black headlight housing, functional airflow down below, panel housing our advanced safety features, forward-facing camera, M in the top right part of the grille area with active shutters and airflow in each front corner. It's a bold and aggressive front end styling. You can check out the sparkles here on the black metallic. Hopefully you pick it up on camera. BMW badge right up front. The wheel and tire setup is also aggressive. We have these black 22-inch rims. They're Y-spoke, 6-piston M performance brake caliper. We get Continental Premium Contact SSR Sun Performance tires here for the 22-inch rims. The dimensions up front are 275/40 R22s with a contrast wider setup out rear. All body color trim for the wheel well area. We get functional airflow too. Side sensor helping us out with a 360. Same thing with the mirror camera. LED turn signal on the mirror, blind spot monitoring on the glass. All black trim for the window trim, smart access for the driver and the front passenger. We do not get smart access for the rear passengers anymore since 2023 for some reason. We get a body color rocker panel side skirt area, roof rails up top, and a massive panoramic moonroof. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. The rear wheel and tire setup, the rims are the same as up front, the 22s, but the tires are a little bit wider. They're 315/35 R22s. Should help the handling, should help the power delivery quite a bit. We get a single piston M performance brake caliper out rear and an M-specific rim. So it's a smaller brake caliper, but the rotor itself is still very large. Shouldn't affect the stopping power, especially with those massive 6 pistons up front. We get full LED taillights too, with a specific design for the X7. Reminds me a little bit of the 7 and 5 series that are also new for the BMW lineup. We get an aluminum X7 and M60i badge right next to it. The red, blue, and dark blue contrast next to the M. Shout out Furman BMW here in Clearwater, Palm Harbor, Florida for helping make this review possible. We get the quad exhaust tips, full rear parking sensing, and speaking of the quad exhaust tips, let's fire up this monster 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, and here she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the monster 4.4 liter twin turbo V8 sold by BMW for the 2025 X7 M60i, and it sounds really good, cranking out 523 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, sending the power to all 4 wheels. You can expect 0 to 60 in the high 3 to low 4-second range, which is no joke considering the weight of this monster full-size SUV. We get strut tower braces all throughout, additional supports in front of the radiator and intercooler, but you're not going to be able to see it with the active shutters here. We can shut the hood right down, take a step back, walk around this 2025 BMW X7 M60i one more time, and this is a relatively base model for the M60i. Although we have a $111,000 base price, after destination we're only sitting at about 114, only 114, but for this car it is a relative base for what you could potentially get. We get leather stitching up top, contrast, brown tan contrast beneath it, and a pretty soft armrest. We get 4-window auto one touch aluminum door handle, 2-person memory seats, adjustments for the passenger seat, Harman Kardon premium audio system, 2 speakers on the door panel, $300 carbon trim package, power folding mirrors, trunk release, soft touch materials for the bottom part of the door panel. You'll stack 3 footlongs on top of each other with a big gulp, but it is slanted sideways. Make sure you have it tightly secured with the lid on it. The seats are the coffee extended merino leather. That's a standard seat here for the M60. It's quilted, super comfortable. We get adjustable leg rests, adjustable bolsters. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide. Really comfortable and configurable seat, adjustable headrests as well. Definitely a 10 out of 10. M60i aluminum illuminated nameplate as we step inside, but taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So outside of the standard leather here, really not a whole lot changes compared to the 2025 40i that we reviewed on this channel. The carbon fiber definitely sticks out as a premium and performance touch. The M model here gets a super thick steering wheel, fat 10 and 2, perfect 9 and 3, stitching for the horn area, the horn itself. Really loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. With the X7s, we had dual pane windows too. That's not something you get on the base, at least X5s. On the left side, we get our adjustments for the cruise control. On the right side, we get our volume, skip, voice commands, and infotainment adjustments with hang up and answering our phone calls if that was English. Anyway, we get blue and red contrast stitching, aluminum paddle shifters. The stocks have a very satisfying click, auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers. Power tilt and telescoping steering column, aluminum outside of the air vents. The air vents have a very premium feel. We mentioned the auto headlamps, all soft touch for the bottom portion, and a felt lined storage compartment. You can throw an ashtray in there if you're a smoker. Nice and convenient area for it. We get our aluminum outline pedals. Hopefully you guys can pick them up on camera. All stitched material. For the dashboard, we get our heads-up display as well. We mentioned the seats are standard merino leather. We also have standard heated and ventilation function with a heated steering wheel. We get the dual screens here too. I believe it's 12.3 inches for the digital gauge display and 14.9 for the infotainment touchscreen. The adjustments for the digital gauge display, let's check them out. This is the adjustments for the content. You can check out digital speedo in the center. You can see a map for the center with route preview as well. Check out our G meter for the performance mode and our media radio. I think it's pretty cool that they allow us to see the map. That's my personal favorite. We can adjust the layout all together. 3 different layouts. I'm not a big fan of the bottom one. The center one's okay, and the first one doesn't really change the center one all that much, so I'll just leave it right where it was. The heads-up display, not quite sure if you guys can pick it up on camera. There you go. It's a really large display, but during the day with the sunlight hitting the windshield and the window sticker covering up half of it, not the easiest process to see. But the overall adjustments right now, we're looking at directional view, standard view, sport view, and route preview, reduced view. My personal favorite would be sport view, so we'll leave it there. I know it's not super easy to pick up on the sunniest day right now in Tampa, Florida. But really nice displays right now. We're also looking at the climate control for the 14.9-inch touchscreen. I'll try to zoom back out. Anyway, this is my only complaint with this interior. For the pre-facelift, we didn't have this new iDrive 8 system, which I do like the iDrive 8. I just really wish they kept the hard buttons for the climate control. I mean, there's definitely the space for it. They just eliminated it altogether. So in order to adjust the climate, you either have to let the system do its thing and go temperature by temperature, or take your eyes off the road for several seconds and do it through the touchscreen. But I'm sure if you drive this vehicle long enough, you're going to get used to it. Here you can see that your BMW would like for you to drive 300 miles before running the engine aggressively. We'll take it out for a drive, check out the suspension feel. Steering feel, we'll open her up once or twice, but it's not going to give us the full 523 horsepower. And for the potential owner of this vehicle, definitely a good idea from BMW. The touchscreen, excellent response, great resolution. BMW's had one of the best systems for quite some time now, and this new iDrive 8 has 100% improved upon it. You can see everything that you can adjust on the left side. We can check out our backup camera too. Gear selector is a push button. The backup camera, you can see, is an excellent resolution, guidance lines and trajectory for the 360-degree camera as well. We have different views. We have parking view, assist view, panorama view, and additional views with a 3D. The 3D allows us to see all around our BMW with a click of a button. We also get car wash view, which gives us guidance lines for the front wheels, so we can line them up to the car wash grates and not have to worry about messing up these beautiful 22-inch rims. Throwing right back into park, we stay in our backup camera over the top 360, so you gotta press the home screen to return. We get traction control you can disable, parking sensors you can disable, aluminum outlined engine start stop, some carbon fiber all throughout, 2 cup holders, you'll fit 24-ounce bottles, wireless phone charging pad with a little bit of extra storage. Volume, skip, hazards, defrosters, at least we get hard buttons for that. Leather stitching for where your knee will often hit. The gear selector controlling the 8-speed automatic transmission. Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro mode, hill descent control, electronic parking brake with auto hold. If you don't want to put fingerprints all over the touchscreen, we also get this dial with shortcuts, media, telephone, home, map, navigation, back, and option. Air suspension, we get a gushy soft armrest. We can open up the storage compartment. Decently spacious. I'd expect you to fit 6 to 8 12-ounce cans, an additional USB-C port as well. The glove box, we get some illuminated M above it, aluminum latch for the glove box, soft touch material outside of it, and it's lined in felt and large. You're fitting 30 license plates in there, frameless, auto-dimming rear view mirror. It's not digital. The interior lights are LED. Cool. We get a massive panoramic moonroof here too. We can open up the shade. Opens up decently quickly. We also get suede Alcantara for the headliner and for the moonroof shade. Now with the shades opened up, we can open up the glass. It goes on top of the second panel, so it does stick out a little bit like a sore thumb. See if it goes out any further. It does. All the way out to the end of the front row. We can poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Tampa, Florida. Sunny and 74 degrees. We've been getting a pretty nice cold front. Not Tampa, Florida, Palm Harbor, Florida, but close enough. We'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin, but that's about it for the front seat, at least, of this 2025 X7 M60i xDrive. $111,000 base price, $1,600 for the comfort package, $300 for the M Sport Professional package, $300 for the carbon fiber trim, and $1,175 for the destination charge. Outside of that, it is a base model and one of the cheaper M60is that I've personally seen on a dealership lot. And considering that outside of the climate comfort package, we're basically at a base model M60i, this is still a really well-loaded vehicle as a base model. Let's check out the back seat space, quality of the materials, hop into the third row, check out the trunk, and then take this 2025 X7 M60i out for a drive. BMW always locks the SUV. If you close the front door before opening up the back, there we go, that was good timing. Anyway, we get power sunshades out rear. It's all controlled with buttons. We get leather stitching up top, soft leather for the armrest and for the center, aluminum door handle, 2 Harman Kardon speakers, carbon fiber trim aluminum beneath the leather. We still get the soft touch carried over out rear for the bottom portion. You'll stack 3 footlongs. Big gulp, but remember, it's sideways, so make sure everything is closed, tight, and secure. Aluminum illuminated M nameplate. As we step inside, the second row seats are still that merino leather. We get quilted material for the center portion, but not the softest leather for the back seat, but it's very thick and feels extremely durable for the long term. Electric adjustments, that's premium for a relatively base M60i. Hopping inside, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall. sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have about 6 inches of knee room with electric adjustments for the seat. They go back an additional, looks like 3, 4 inches, and now I have almost a foot of knee room. The recline function is also pretty drastic. This is the full recline with the third row up. There we go. And I have about 4 or 5 inches of headroom. If you're under 6'8", I think you'll be very comfortable in the second row of the BMW X7. I'm not quite sure how comfortable you'll be in the third row with my seating position like this, but we're not going to have our seat this reclined if somebody's sitting behind us. We have brackets for iPads or portable TVs, USB-C port right next to it, mat pocket behind both of the front seats. We get third and fourth zone climate control with a separate climate adjustment for the third row, a true 5-zone climate. We don't get ventilated seats in the second row standard, but we do get heated seats, really adjustable, 2 USB-C ports and 12-volt down below, and a storage cubby with air vents in the center console and additional air vents that blow directly into our face from the B-pillar. The interior lights back here are LED. We get hooks for both of the hooks for the backseat passengers, but that's about it for the second row. Of course, the suede Alcantara material for the headliner continues. Hop into the third row seat. You can either pull this latch or pull this button up, and the seat automatically adjusts. It does adjust the front seat first to allow the second row to scoot all the way up, but we'll let it do its thing. It's a pretty slow process. It's definitely quicker to use the latch, but let's see what the X7 will do to make it easier for us to hop into the third row. So it doesn't seem like it's going to do a whole lot. We'll have to push the seat forward electrically and manually. That also means that when we hop into the third row, the seat's not going to return to its far back position. That's always been, I guess, one of my larger complaints with the X7. For its size, it's definitely not nearly as practical for the third row as some of its competition. We can try to lift the seat back up. There we go. Slides all the way back. It's going to crush my legs like crazy. I would definitely not put this in a full-size SUV category, but compared to most mid-size 3-row SUVs, this is definitely more comfortable. This is as far back as this seat's going to go. Automatically adjusts itself. In a normal position, my knees are starting to touch. My head does have a little bit of space left over, so I can sit back here for long trips. But if you're even a ½ inch taller than me, at like 6'1", I don't think you'll be comfortable back here at all. But the second row passenger can slide the seat up an inch and you'll be fine. Third row seat also reclines. This is the third row in its furthest reclined setting, so definitely plenty of space for somebody 6 foot tall or less. I just took the child safety latch cover clean off, but that's where it is. The suede Alcantara continues. We get an air vent blowing directly into our face on both sides with a full third zone climate and heated seats in the third row. All really premium features. Leather stitching for your knee will often hit. Aluminum with interior illumination. You'll fit a 12-ounce, maybe 16-ounce water bottle. Same thing on the opposite side. To hop out of here, you simply press the seat up and it should automatically slide out of the way, but it always wants to crush your legs if you're on a little bit on the taller side. But we'll give it a little bit of time. Hopefully the seat slides forward. I know that it will not, so we'll have to do it manually. Yeah, this is one feature that I wish they left manual. Every time manufacturer does automatic reclining seats and not give you a manual option to fold the seat back down, I really feel like it just wastes a lot of time, especially if you're in a rush trying to get somewhere. Like, by the time you even figure out which button to press sometimes, if you're new to it, you may have already wasted 3 or 4 minutes. But hopping out into the cargo space with the third row up, we'll also fold the third row seat down and see what the difference is. We get a cargo divider cover, so people that are walking behind your X7 don't see what you got going on. And just like the X5, we get the rear tailgate area. So for tailgates, you can sit down here and hold, I believe, up to 400 or 450 pounds. Everything is carpeted back here too. You can check out the secret storage, and it's a pretty solid sized secret storage compartment. If you're going to keep the third row seats up permanently, I would recommend removing this tray completely and have an additional 3 or 4 cubic feet of cargo space. We can fold the third row seat down with the click of a button. There we go, headrest falls down, and the seat follows. We can do the same thing with the opposite side. There we go. It's a little bit quicker for the third row than in the second row, and as you can see, pretty solid amount of cargo space. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much space is back here with the third row up, third row down, and with the second row folded down. To lift the tailgate back up, you simply click the same button you press to drop it. We can drop the trunk. There's 2 buttons. It shows you an icon of a sedan, not an SUV. That's interesting considering this is a power liftgate closed, but it's the same button as you would get from a 5 or a 7 Series. This button will lock the SUV. We do not need it locked, and as soon as you press the button, the trunk starts to close. So if you got grocery bags in your hands, be aware of that, because this trunk will dupe you in the head if you do not get out of the way. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this monster 2025 BMW X7 M60i. It's definitely getting up there in price, but when you're looking for a performance 3-row SUV out on the road today that also packs a ton of luxury, you're not beating what you have here. I mean, yes, a Durango SRT 392 for about $15,000 to $20,000 less will offer similar performance, but it's not going to offer anywhere near as far as refinement feel or luxuriousness feel. That car's been out on the road basically since 2009 unchanged. If you're looking for the most premium way into a sub 4-second 3-row SUV, I think this is the best way you're going to get. But performance-wise, let's take this 2025 X7 M60i out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 BMW X7 M60i. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, though, in comfort mode, it is really, really smooth now that I just realized I did not get on video the differences between the air suspension modes, but you can definitely check that out on other YouTube videos. I'll try to get it done before I park this thing up. But anyway, bump right here. It rides over it so smoothly while still having very athletic body control. That's what this car is all about. So smooth. Quiet with the dual pane windows too. And this twin turbo V8, it is a monster. You can hear that grunt even in comfort mode. Throttle response, it doesn't kill you in comfort mode, but it's definitely solid. Bump. So smooth. We'll run over this one a little bit quicker than we should. It's almost as if it's smoother when you run it over faster. Unbelievable. Nice grunt with the motor. Brakes feel good. Take a step out here. Open her up about halfway. Ooh. Yeah, this thing can rip. That's just comfort mode. Let's try it out in Sport. Sport Plus. Transmission automatically begins to downshift us. We'll try one out off the line. Remember, the power is limited, which is good for the potential owner. Maybe not the best to understand how much the power this thing makes, but it still should make pretty good power on the gas. Ooh. Yeah, it shifts us at 4,000. It only gives us about half power, but whew, it is still really, really quick. Downshifts. Oh, it sounds so good. Try a real world turning radius test. Brakes feel amazing too. Turning radius for a full size 3-row SUV is really good on the gas. Whoa. It's fast. No need to beat it up a whole lot further. Try it out in Eco Pro mode. This is where we're going to be getting our combined 20 plus MPGs, probably not in sport mode with this 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. Brakes actually feel a little bit lighter on the touch. Throttle feels non-existent in Eco Pro, at least for the response. We're still in manual shifts. Let's press and hold. Okay, no longer in manual shifts. Okay. This is half throttle in Eco Pro. I mean, it still gets up and goes, but the delay is really noticeable. Just cruising along on concrete pavement though, it's so quiet in here. Bumps, so luxurious. My parents have X3 M40i and they love that car, but we're not even talking about the same class of vehicle. This is just as quick, if not quicker, than the X3 M40i. It's twice as spacious, 10 times more comfortable. It's almost double the price too, but you really are getting what you pay for. Throwing it into comfort mode, we'll wrap it up in comfort. One more real world turning radius. It's good, but I mean, it's a full-size 3-row SUV. You can't expect it to be the best. Comfort mode gives you the best balance between, you know, comfort, luxury, and still having over 500 horsepower. Probably close to a 600 horsepower, knowing how BMW underrates their cars. V8 under your right foot. I like comfort mode. Obviously, Sport Plus is where you're going to be getting your best performance times. It's where you're going to have the most smile on your face. But for daily driving, if you want to get the best of both worlds, I think comfort probably does the best job. One more time on the gas. Woo! Strong pull, really strong pull, good braking. Overall, guys, if you're looking for the most performance-based three-row SUV for the money, and I know this is a lot of money for a car, $115,000 almost after destination, but you're getting a good-looking, spacious three-row SUV that can do 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds and has just about every option and feature you could possibly want or need. You got 5-zone climate control, heated seats in the third row, heated and ventilated front row seats, Harman Kardon audio system, heads-up display, really just about everything you could possibly want or need. If you're okay with spending $114,000, $115,000 on a luxury performance three-row SUV, this is really probably the best and most SUV, performance and luxury-wise, that you're gonna get for the money. And a big thanks to Furman BMW in Palm Harbor, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium or performance car or SUV in the Palm Harbor, Clearwater, St. Petersburg area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for David, and a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.